I know you have been charged with trespassing, which just seems completely insane. We've seen the video. We just spoke with Congresswoman Bonnie Watson-Coleman, who was there with you today, and she said you were on public property at the time of your arrest. She also said that you left the premises when officers asked you to. Were you told at all why you were charged with trespassing?
No, they charged me, I guess, based on the charge that they can find. We was actually allowed on the property in the first place. Nothing happened for a long, long time. For at least over an hour. And then, after they finally told us to leave and I told them I was leaving, they came outside the gate and arrested me. So it looked like it was targeted.
It certainly looked like that from watching, and I know there's lots of questions I'm sure you have, we all have. Have you heard, are those charges still pending? Have they been dropped? Have you been given any indication of that?
No, they haven't been dropped. I can't completely talk about the particulars of the case, they said, but have to appear in court again. So they have not dropped the charges. I've been charged with a Class C misdemeanor, a federal trespass.
That is, let me ask you, you were detained for a couple of hours today. Where were you detained after you were arrested?
I was in a Homeland Security kind of barracks, a cell that they have there. I was being held there. And the guys from Homeland Security were very gracious, very respectful, treated me with respect and integrity. So I have nothing but respect for those guys. But, it was still a uncomfortable and humiliating situation for me.
Absolutely. You had, again, I'll just restate this, every right to be there. The delegation had every right to visit this facility. I know you've been trying to call attention to this facility and wanting the delegation to gain access to it, which they have every right to do. Tell us about why and what concerns you might have that you want people to be aware of.
Well, our concern is with GEO, the group that's getting $63 million on this contract annually. They came into the city. They have a CO from 20 years ago. The city's law say you need to have a new CO, an updated CO. They refused to do that, so we're in dispute about that in court. They wouldn't allow the the health inspectors, the UCC inspectors, or the fire inspectors into the building, which is why we began coming down there regularly. I was just down there this morning. Actually, we go down there for like 15 minutes, try to get entry. They say no. We give them a citation. We're in the process of being in court. We're in court now. They're violating, just doing what they want to do, really, without respecting our authority or the laws of the city or the state. And the reality is we're in a dispute. Like, they have one point of view, we have another point of view. But disputes are settled in court. Like, ICE doesn't settle our disputes, neither does the President of the United States, nor does the U.S. Attorney. Disputes are settled in a court of law, which is what we were doing. They, taking a lead from the President of the United States, they feel like they can just violate any court and do whatever they want.
You had a harrowing day, an absurd day today. I think a day that's really outraged a lot of people, including myself. Have you thought about taking any legal action in light of what took place today and what happened to you?
Well, we're going through this process now, and obviously I will confer with my lawyers to figure out what's the best pathway forward on this. I think they completely violated my rights. I'm the mayor of the city. I have the right to go anywhere in this city, particularly in places where I think our laws are being violated. I went on up in a driveway with our healthcare inspectors and our fire inspectors early on, and we've been doing that for the last couple of days. They've been ignoring us, and actually the Congress people who have oversight on this went onto the property and tried to get inside, and they made them wait over an hour, and they never got in. Never.
They mentioned that, and one of the things that the congresswoman I spoke with alluded to is that she thinks they were tipped off, that perhaps they were tipped off to you coming. I don't know. Of course, this all needs to be looked into, but the nature of your arrest with masked members of ICE just felt, and we've all seen the video, incredibly suspect, just watching it.
It was terrible.
Go.
They obviously targeted me. It was more. I wasn't the only one out there. They came directly to me, right? And tried to arrest me. No one else. Me. And so I honestly believe, I was targeted there. And, it's interesting to see all these people making these comments on social media, from the government about why I was there. I didn't come down there to protest. I came down there for a press conference with the Congress people. I knew I was going to get in the building with them. I was waiting for them to return from outside of the building to participate in the press conference with them. I was already there earlier that morning. I didn't need to. If I wanted to protest, I could have protested that morning.
I don't know if you've seen Alina Habba's comments, and I can ask our team if they have them. We can perhaps play them. But to your point, the administration has been out there lying about what the members of Congress were there for and what you were there for. Have you seen any of what they've said publicly? It sounds like you have.
I have. I've seen it. The members of Congress didn't come down there to protest. They came down there to get a tour of the building. They made them wait over an hour. I was waiting outside for them to return so I could be a part of a press conference that they were having after it to talk to us about what they actually saw in the building. Unfortunately, none of that got to take place because the gentleman you see in this photo, the video had completely escalated this situation to a point where it didn't need to be.
Mayor Barkaka, I know you've had quite a long day. Before I let you go, do you have any plans to go back to this ICE facility, or perhaps ask the governor or senators to go back tomorrow or the next day?
Well, I think all of these elected officials of good conscience should go down there. I think all of our congressional delegation should be there. I think the senators, U.S. senators, should be at this place, considering what happened to our Congress people, that they need to be there. I think state officials need to be there as well. Our governor and other state officials need to be at this site. This is disturbing what they think they have the ability to do, and what they actually did today was terrible.
Mayor,
so, yep.
No, go ahead. I continue. I just was going to thank you and just really appreciate you taking the time tonight